Once upon a time, in a peaceful river surrounded by lush, green trees, there lived a little otter named Tot. Tot was a special otter because he saw the world in a different way. You see, Tot had dyslexia, which made reading and writing a bit tricky for him. But he had a big heart and a curious mind, and he loved exploring and learning about the river and its inhabitants. Tot went to school with other animals his age, but sometimes he felt left behind. The letters on the chalkboard seemed to dance and swap places, making it hard for him to read. Tot often felt frustrated and thought he wasn't as smart as the other animals. One day, a new teacher arrived at the school. Her name was Miss Bright, and she had heard about Tot's special talent for storytelling and creativity. Miss Bright knew that Tot's dyslexia didn't make him any less special. In fact, she believed it made him even more unique. Miss Bright decided to have a talk with Tot after class. She said, Tot, I've heard about your incredible imagination and your knack for seeing things differently. Did you know that dyslexia can actually be a superpower? It means you think outside the box. Tot looked at Miss Bright with curious eyes. Really? But sometimes I feel like I can't keep up with the others. Miss Bright smiled warmly and replied, Oh, Tot, you are so special. Dyslexia might make reading and writing a bit challenging, but it also means you have a fantastic ability to think creatively and solve problems in unique ways. Your brain is wired differently, and that's a gift. Tot's eyes sparkled with newfound hope. He had never thought of his dyslexia as a superpower before. He realized that his struggles were just a small part of who he was, and that he had many other amazing talents waiting to be discovered. From that day on, Miss Bright worked closely with Tot to help him understand his dyslexia and find different ways to learn. They used colored pictures, drew diagrams, and acted out stories to make learning fun. Tot started to see the world in a whole new light, and he began to embrace his dyslexia as a unique part of his identity. Tot's classmates soon noticed how Tot excelled in creative projects and problem solving. They admired his unique perspective and began to see that dyslexia was not something to be ashamed of, but something to celebrate. Tot's confidence grew, and he became an inspiration to other animals who also faced challenges like his new best friend Pip. Together, with Miss Bright's guidance and support, Tot thrived in school. He realized that dyslexia was not a weakness, but a strength that set him apart. Tot went on to become a famous writer and storyteller, sharing his incredible tales with animals all around the world. One sunny afternoon, Tot gathered his friends by the riverbank for a special storytelling session. His dyslexic superpower allowed him to weave imaginative tales that were unlike anything they had ever heard before. Tot's friends eagerly settled down, their eyes sparkling with anticipation. Tot began his story, his voice filled with excitement and enthusiasm. He transported them to a magical kingdom beneath the waves, where colorful fish danced to the rhythm of the currents and seashells whispered secrets in the sandy depths. His friends were mesmerized as Tot described the brave mermaid who embarked on a daring adventure to save her underwater home from a plastic monster. They hung on to every word, imagining themselves swimming alongside the mermaid, feeling the exhilarating ocean breeze against their skin. Tot's storytelling was not just about the words he spoke, but the vivid pictures he painted in their minds. His dyslexic superpower allowed him to think in vibrant images, bringing his stories to life with a burst of creativity. As Tot continued, his friends laughed, gasped, and clapped with joy. They marveled at the colorful characters and thrilling plot twists. Tot's storytelling was a source of pure delight, a gift that brought them together and sparked their imaginations. After each story, Tot's friends would request more, always eager to dive into another enchanting world of Tot's creation. Tot's confidence soared as he witnessed the joy his stories brought to his friends' lives. One day, Tot's best friend Pip decided to organize a special storytelling event for the entire river community. Pip believed that everyone should experience how magical creativity is. She invited otters, turtles, birds, and other creatures to gather by the riverbank. Tot stood in front of the eager audience, a mixture of excitement and nervousness in his heart. But as he began to share his stories, his nerves melted away, replaced by a sense of purpose. Tot's creative tales wove a tapestry of wonder and laughter, captivating the hearts of all who listened. From that day forward, Tot became known as the river's most legendary storyteller. His stories brought joy, sparked imaginations, and united the community in a shared love for adventure and imagination. Tot's dyslexic superpower had transformed him into a cherished and celebrated friend. And as the sun set on the river, Tot's friends huddled close, their hearts filled with gratitude for the creative storytelling that had brightened their lives. Tot smiled, knowing that his unique way of sharing stories had made a difference, one tale at a time. The end of this chapter, but the beginning of Tot and Pip's adventures together. So, dear friends, remember that we all have our unique strengths and abilities. Just like Tot the Talented Otter, embrace your differences, and you'll find that what makes you unique is what makes you truly extraordinary.